Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to my channel for another Queen Studios quarter scale statue review. Now today we are taking a look at Black Widow, based off her appearance at the end of her solo movie. Now the reason I specifically mentioned the end of the movie is because this statue was released in two different versions. The snow suit with the long hair, and the more classic gold bracer black suit, which is the one I decided to go for. Initially I thought, oh yes, I'm going to need both of them, but the poses were super similar, so I ended up just getting one of them. But in saying that, there are a ton of similarities, including the head sculpt. So if it turns out you like the head sculpt here, then chances are you're going to like it with the other one too. Now I got mine from toyswonderland.com. Link for that is in the description below. They do have 12-month installment plans and a points-based reward system. While you're down there, why not hit that subscribe, bell notification icon, and join button for more info on Justin's Collection Plus, the channel membership. Now the box art is really cool here. It's red and black themed, it's Black Widow, that makes perfect sense. Now I've said a bunch of times, I'm not a huge quarter scale statue guy, and I still kind of stick by that, although by this point, yeah, I do have a few of them. Queen Studios does like to play in the quarter scale playground, and I don't blame them, they're really good at it. This statue caught my eye for a couple of reasons. Number one, the head sculpt based off the promo pics looked really good. The likeness was on point. Is it on point here with the final product? Don't you worry, we will be discussing the head sculpt. But for the most part, yeah, I think it's pretty safe to say at this point, Queen Studios delivered. Now, starting off with the display base first, it's relatively simple. It's this oval style display base, you've got the sub base in satin black, then up top you have a bunch of texture and detail. I personally am not a huge fan of oval bases. I would have preferred a circle. I know it's kind of semantics, circle versus oval, who really cares, Justin, but I do, I guess. I would have preferred a circle. But at the end of the day, it still absolutely works. You do have a Black Widow logo smack bang in the middle, front and center, and it's a nice pop of color with that bright red Widow symbol. Around the front, speaking of pops of color, you do have one single bullet shell. Initially I thought, ooh, that's a bit weird, why is there a bit of gold on the display base? But no, it's absolutely supposed to be there. It's just a little bit of extra detail. I kind of wish there were more of them. You do have a ton of washes, some dry brushing, and a bunch of different layers of paint. It also looks like there are a couple of broken pieces of wood. It's all fully textured and sculpted. Plus, with the paint on the surface, it looks really high quality. Is it the best display base I've ever seen from Queen Studios? No. Is it the worst display base I've ever seen in quarter scale? Also no. It falls kinda somewhere in the middle. It complements the statue really nicely, but doesn't steal the statue's thunder, if that makes sense. Moving on to Black Widow herself, starting off with the boots first. Number one, I love the subtle weathering. The left foot is a little bit more weathered than the other, but you can see where that heel has stuck into the ground as she's been walking. Yeah, it's kind of filthy. I do like the leather grain textures sculpted in. The entire outfit is sculpted, by the way, there's no mixed media here, but that works perfectly fine with me. I do like the mixture of finishes for the outfit. There's a little bit of a gloss to certain sections, there are some satin sections, and I'm going to try my best to not use the T word as a catch-all word to describe the detail, but the T word is of course texture. There is so much to look at here, including the pistols holstered on her hips. Unfortunately, no, you can't take them out. I was kind of hoping she'd come with switch outs so you could take out the batons and give her the pistols, but you only have one option. It's not a bad thing because this pose is ripped directly from a movie poster, so it's iconic. But having more options is always a good thing too. Maybe going forward, Queen Studios, investigate a couple of switch outs. She does have that gorgeous metallic gold belt with the Black Widow symbol. Say what you will about the movie, I love this outfit. Now the batons themselves are really well sculpted. They look like they're made up of multiple linked sections. They aren't, they're all one solid piece. and the hands look awesome. There's a decent level of skin texture. You do have individual fingernails actually sculpted separately to the hands so they stick out just a little. And as we move up to the outfit, there is some depth there. It kind of looks like she is wearing a separate outfit, as that harness piece does sit a little bit proud of her upper torso. Now, I know you're all here to see the head sculpt. It's coming, don't you worry. But before we do that, I do like that the backpack section that would normally hold her batons is empty. Of course it is, she's holding them, it just makes sense. You do have a little bit of a red glossy section on her shoulder pads. I like how that ties together that backpack section and her belt. Some red here and there is always a good thing. Now, the hair looks absolutely incredible. There is so much texture here, and the hair itself is made of this soft, rubbery plastic, which, as we all know, is 100% a good thing when it comes to popping this in the display if you happen to bump it, or when it's in transit, it's just that little bit more sturdy. Now, the hair isn't just one flat color, there are multiple washes here, the tips are a little bit lighter, just like they were in the movie, and she also has a couple of strands hanging down that frame her face, and on one side, a bunch of real metal earrings and some teeny tiny little gems. Overall, the detail is incredible. But I know we're here to discuss the head sculpt. I really like it. Yes, it has its good angles and its maybe not so good angles, but for the most part, from this angle right here, yeah, that is Scarlett Johansson as Black Widow. The skin texture is subtle but present. I like the way the eyes are painted, I like the expression, and the lips are also painted really well. She's got a couple of freckles and moles. Overall, this might be one of my new favorite Queen Studios head sculpts. Now, it's not going to be for everyone, I understand. This movie isn't the most popular MCU movie, but this suit looks really good, and I'm pretty sure we can all unanimously agree that Scarlett Johansson kicks some serious butt as Black Widow. When it comes to the statue though, just wrapping up, overall, I love this statue. Is it perfect? No. Does it have its good angles and its bad angles? Yes. As with all things, you just have to know how to work with it to get the most out of it. Because she's looking up and she's in this walking pose, I would suggest displaying her down low. If you have the option to do that, you're going to have her looking directly up at you. You can get the best angle of that head sculpt, which, at the end of the day, I'm pretty sure is the most important thing here. If you have her displayed at eye level, she'll be looking up, and you're going to cop a lot of that chin and the side of her face, which for me personally isn't really my thing. If it is for you, then go for it. You can put this statue wherever you like. But I thought I'd just give you a bit of an idea of how I'm going to display this statue in my collection. Now, I got mine from toyswonderland.com. Link for that is in the description below. They have installment plans and a points-based reward system. While you're down there, why not hit that subscribe, bell notification icon, and join button if you like the sound of seeing your name in the end credits of my reviews. Like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next video.